I'll ride for my city. Hey girl, you looking pretty tonight. I think I've lost it again. I think you've lost it, my friend.
Welcome to Toran Drives. I know it's been a long time since I last uploaded, and that's because my vehicles have either been at the mechanic, not working, or sold. So here we are in the Z3. Since I last got it, which was back in the winter time, it's been in the mechanic. It was sitting for around 3 months or so at the mechanic. It was getting a lot of things redone properly. The transmission bolts were held in with self-tap-in screws. And if you don't know what that is, I'll put a picture of self-tap-in screws. But self-tapping screws should not be on a car. It's not that secure. So a lot of the work under the car by the previous owner had to be redone properly. As I was getting the car to drive somewhere, the clutch went out. As I went to put it into second gear, it would not move. I heard a clunk. Right now, I'll put a picture of the clutch or the information of the clutch kit that I got, but it's a stage 1 clutch kit that's now in the car. This weekend, I spent the time getting the rear shock strut changed out because it had eBay coils on it. And if you know anything about eBay coils, don't do eBay coils, especially max speeding rods. Do not put max speeding rods as a coilover on your car. You're going to regret it, unless you don't care. So we open up the package. This is what we got. Thing B8 Bilstein. What's going on, guys? Toran Drives here, and we got the Z3 back. It's finally running. We got the radio installed. I tried to clean up the interior just a little bit. If you watched the last video, which I might link up top, you could see how the interior was so undone, so messy. So it took some time to get it cleaned up, wiped down, cleaned up all around. Threw the logo on there. Got the bumpers set. It runs and drives, everything is good. Well, it still has some issues. It's still misfiring in one cylinder, which is annoying. But today I'm tackling on this dead shock right here. Completely devastating. Take these conies off, and let's take this wheel off. See if I could do this with one hand. There we go. Sport Edition. I wonder what brand wheels these are. Made in China. It's good to know. Spray painted caliper and everything else. This previous owner is ridiculous. So yeah, I finally got the car back. It was sitting in the mechanics for about 3 months. They had to kind of get a lot of the underneath work redone. We got the bolt loose. Just kind of going on a whim. Not exactly 100% sure what I'm doing, but... And just to kind of be informative, this took an 18 bolt, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this took an 18 from the back of here. So if you're doing this on your Z3 as well, this took an 18. The inside bolts back here also takes an 18. And then I still have to figure out what the smaller ones take, but yeah, we're almost there getting it out. So this is the old shock. The old Coney adjustables, apparently. I feel like these are like rebranded Max Speeding rods is what it looks like. Alright. So that's all out. Now it's just like getting this in. Alright, so over here we have our Bilstein V8 shock. We have our Coney coil-over shock. And then we have our OEM E30 rear strut. And this says Raceland, so I don't know if this is actually OEM, but this is what we have right now. We got the new struts installed. So we got the Bilsteins in on both sides. This car still has a little harsh ride because the front suspension are still on the same max speeding rods, while the rear suspension are on Bilstein's V8s. Whenever you're doing suspension work, it's of course recommended to do them all at once. So since changing the rear suspension, the car feels a lot smoother. The rear passenger strut was completely dead. So hard. Any little bump in the road, you're completely feeling it. Even if you're driving over a shadow, it feels like you're going over a bump. Very shaky. Open it up a little bit. Hit the downshift, rev match. Trying to show off the car in its natural habitat with a bunch of scrap and junk, but all jokes aside, it does run high. I can't even lie. It drives. The car drives. It drives shaky and rough in the back still. Because it's an older car, you can still hear a lot of creaks as you go over bumps, especially in the front. I'm gonna change these E-way coils as soon as I can. My little hood latch. I'm sure once I get the misfire sorted out, it's gonna run a lot better, a lot stronger. I know there's new spark plugs in there, but see if we could get some refreshed coils in as well. Thinking about changing the wheels.
I'm never going back to that place. 6 feet deep while I'm rolling in the ditch. Shawty, please come in.
And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.
Feelings go around. I'm feeling sober now. Just give me time to forget about you. take your time to leave. I barely get my sleep.